some of the people that are more familiar with 3ds Max could help me with an issue I've been having with my model I've been working on. I've been breaking apart the model, the chassis, to individual parts, so it's a little bit easier to set up bones. So I set up like a front axle, rear axle, and individual shock setups. And the issue I'm having is as I'm creating skins for these different objects, I'm getting a kind of disagreement between for 3ds Max between where the skin is and where the edible mesh is. So it has the skin, the edible mesh down there, but then if you go to the skin, it's switching to there, and neither of which are where the chassis is, where it started in the first place. When I started working on it, it seems to move it to different places, but I don't know if it's actually moving it, what it uses when you import it into Spintires, so what it's calling upon when it's imported, like what it's actually importing, what position it's actually at. So I have no idea what to move or where to move it. So I spend hours upon hours of moving stuff and then going into Spintires, seeing where it's at and seeing if it's right, and then changing it and hoping I'm doing it right. But I really have no idea, and I can't really find any help on the internet or on 3ds Max's website, because it's difficult to kind of explain the situation, like, and figure out that I'm looking at the right explanation for my problem. So if anyone can help me with this issue, because it's driving me absolutely crazy and I can't get any work done on this model, which I really want to get some work done and figure out what I'm doing so I can make some better, more practical models. Because I figured this would be a good starting point, a kind of absurd, ridiculous model that is useless, but it'll help me hone my skills. So any help that people can give me would be very useful. And one other issue I've been having is the axles. Sometimes when I import it into, or export, I should say, export it and and put it into Spintires, it flips the axle 90 degrees, so it'll be sitting straight up and down. And I'm curious if that's because of the way I have my bones set up. I don't think it should be an issue, but I have no idea why it would do that, because like the X form and everything else shows it as as horizontal, so I don't know why it switches it to vertical. It's, oh, maybe that's why. See, that's what I mean. It just, nothing, and I did not change that. I didn't rotate anything. It just does that on its own, and it's driving me crazy. So any help, thanks a lot.